Hi guys, just a winter update, or almost winter. My cover crops are doing well. It looks like here I have a lot of mixture of winter rye and red clover. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I wish I had sown it more thickly over here, but I'll just make sure I heavily compost that area to help the soil we had. Did make it a little bit bigger this year, so. This is my husband's shop. It's got shingles on, it's got siding, and it's also getting some insulation right now. So hopefully he'll get it insulated pretty well so he can work on it throughout the winter. Virginia gets intermittent amount of snow. I'm gonna say that it's not gonna be bad, but then I hear it's gonna be bad, so who knows. I'm leaving my native plant garden out here just to break down on its own. Some things I don't want in there because they're not true natives, they're invasives. Let's see over here. Over here, you can see we have had some rain, a significant amount. So hopefully we can catch up on our drought. We didn't have any precipitation to speak of at all over the winter, which is why I think everything dried up so badly. And it looks like my husband's laid more wood chips over here. And this is all breakdown of sawdust from natural untreated lumber that I talked about. And you can see out here there is some water in the pond, or where it used to be. I don't think it'll ever get to where it was before. When something dries up like that, it has a hard time recovering. But all over here, I have already laid some seed down, so I'm really excited about that. I hope to go all the way around it, and certainly do this side too, and kind of make a little path around it. I don't know. We're just gonna see how much the pond comes back, especially if we have a wet winter. We'll see. You just got to kind of let nature do its thing. I don't think I'm gonna harm anything by putting natives along here. And kind of further filling in this area, so it'll be good. I've also planted some natives on the hill out here, right out here. It's really hard to see because everything's so dead, but I have planted some things. I did plant some creeping thyme. I do not know if it's going to come back. I bought so many of the little plugs, and we'll hope that it comes back next year. But we'll see. Yeah, you always kind of have to see what it's going to take in your area. It is looking better. I clear it out just a little bit at a time, and it seems to be all those things that I've planted should kind of grow slowly. So hopefully, I want to just kind of cover this whole hill down to that mulch pile, but we'll see. It'll be a long project, a little bit at a time though. Over here is a pile of rocks my husband's putting aside because I want to kind of do some edging on the side of the hill to kind of preserve, to prevent erosion, and to kind of help beautify the area. I don't know how good I'll do. And then over here you can see that's a bird's eye view of our memory garden. It has expanded a little bit, but it looks pretty good. It's doing well. And hopefully a lot of the things that I planted will come back again next year. So, and then over here, that's just kind of a view of the house. But things are turning out really well. This is a walnut tree right here, and over here. So that's kind of this side of the yard. The other side is pretty well developed. That's my herb garden. Okay, so this is the other side of the house. These are the two raised beds that are probably one of the oldest fixtures in my yard. This is a wildflower garden. I had so much coreopsis, and it's looking really good, although I'll probably thin it out some more in the spring. This is just an old sunflower that I'm leaving up here for insects to nest in. And then over here, you can see yesterday I harvested even some parsley. Sage is still alive, as is rosemary. Lemon balm has gone dormant. Oregano is still here. I'm really going to have to cut some of it back. I'm finding that if you don't cut them back, they kind of go wild on you. Again, this is Cosmos. These all here are sedum. I'm going to dig them up and split them and hopefully just fill in this area, because I don't think it needs to be a pathway anymore. Although maybe I'll change it up a little bit. This is dead marigold. You can see here, yeah, seed right in there. And again, this is dead marigold. So we'll see. Little by little, we'll kind of clear that out. And down here, I have a bunch of coreopsis and things growing along there that's turned out really pretty. This is really a travel lane for my husband with his tractor, so I'm not going to do too much. I am, however, throwing yard waste out there so it can compost and improve the soil out here, because it was terrible. It was just one big dirt sand pile, you know. I have bees, bee homes out here for mason bees. I have one also over by the on the other side, and you can see here that pretty much everything is kind of dormant. Again, I left all the zinnia because there's still seeds there that birds can feed off of. This, I'm really excited to see how it turns out in the spring, because I've planted more. I've transplanted a lot of hostas and stuff. Things will need to be trimmed as well. This is more oregano here. And then over here, there is creeping Jenny and oregano as well. So, and that's really holding up this area. My goal is to have most of this, covered, so I have to do very little weeding and planting and for it to be stable along here. And then all along here, that's a lot of black-eyed Susan. And you can see my rosemary's doing beautifully. It loves this weather. So, and I've planted more along this area, which I hope to kind of further develop. So, we'll see. I'll have to really figure out where I'm going to put more sedum. I can expand some beds and stuff, which I love to do. Back here, the parsley is taken off. I've done a really good job of thinning out clover. So it's kind of just all, this is curly leaf parsley. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. And this is stuff I can eat all winter long. Basil went crazy, so I am going through and pulling things like that. And if it grows wild out here, I don't mind doing that. There's some sage there. This is the type of clover that I keep pulling because it's pretty invasive. It just spreads out through rhizomes. So I'm trying to keep on top of that. That's the only thing I'm trying to get rid of. The thyme is very dormant. We'll see how it does. And it looks like this lavender is dormant as well. We'll see. This lavender looks great. Over here I had creeping thyme as well, which has gone dormant, which I find that a little bit encouraging for the stuff I planted on the hill. So we'll see. All of this, some of this needs to be thinned, and I will do that in the spring a little bit. It's really important.